All right, guys, we are live. I hope it didn't distort itself just now. I think it did. Um, we're talking Backlash 2016, the return of Backlash was pretty freaking cool. I think this was one of the pay-per-views that we definitely wanted back. Insert six pack annotation here. I won't, but I'll think about it. But talking about Backlash, we only got 5 matches on the card so far. Obviously, the finals will be for the tag team tournament will be um, you know going at this point. They'll be up and ready by tomorrow night at 10. So after SmackDown, but let's just jump into Backlash and our predictions of the Backlash. We have Dolph Ziggler. Get out of here, Casey. Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship of the world. Um, I think that The Miz is going to win this because Dolph is only good for one thing, or two things actually. Selling very well, but he is also really good at losing. So I'm gonna go with The Miz. I think maybe eventually something happens to where Dolph Ziggler ends up, maybe taking the title. But I don't know who's gonna beat Miz for the title. I really don't know. I don't know who would come in and beat him. I don't even feel like Ziggler is even like qualified. It doesn't feel like the way he's been booked recently. But um, who do you think's gonna win? Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz?
Well, first of all, what happened to the high quality uh, video that we used to do with predictions where we would, do a PowerPoint? I'm just saying. No, this is good. This is fine. This is
Justin's not here. Number one, you talk junk about him all the time, but then when you need him, you want him to come back. I don't understand. Plus, I didn't see you making a PowerPoint. Number three, yeah, got him roast.
why did this man send me? Did you see what he just sent me today? I was at a reply.
This,
Anyway, yeah, why is this match even happening? Like, why? Like, why? We know Ziggler's not going to win. And I don't want Miz to win. This is a lose-lose situation for me. So this might be the bathroom break, but I'm going to go Miz retaining.
All right. All right. And, I actually like doing it this way because you can see me moving my cursor around. I think that's kind of cool. And shut up. And the anticipation of me having to scroll to the next match, besides the text being there. Anticipation. You didn't know what this match was going to be. We got Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. This is actually a match I'm actually really excited about. I think it's going to be good. I'm glad that Bray Wyatt is kind of in a high profile feud, kind of. I really want Bray to win, but for some reason I feel like they're not going to let Randy Orton come back and lose his second match in a row on a pay-per-view. So I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt because of the fan in me. I always go with the fan in me, and that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Bray Wyatt. Casey.
Well, we know that Bray Wyatt can't win since he was buried by John Cena. So that's unfortunate. But I'm excited for this one. I think this is the longest we've ever had a Randy Orton face run, so that's cool. But I feel like these guys are gonna, no matter what, they're gonna put on a really good match. The fan in me wants Bray Wyatt to win, but I also kind of want Randy Orton to win. Like, I'm gonna be happy and upset either way. So I'm just gonna go with Randy because it feels like the way they're pushing it, he's gonna win. I hope something comes out of this, like some sort of. I mean, but then again, probably not. We were waiting for like Sister Abigail for so long that didn't happen. We were waiting for Xavier Woods to turn on the New Day and join the Wyatt family. That didn't happen. So, Bray Wyatt is just there to send cryptic messages and then not follow through on them.
Anyone with you, Randy? I think it's funny. Justin couldn't be on this video, but he will surely find gifts to send us on Facebook. But anyway, next match is the SmackDown Tag Team Championship final. Here are the brackets. We haven't gotten to the finals yet because obviously they will be decided by by the upcoming matches on tomorrow night's SmackDown. But this does allow us to predict even more. We get to predict who we think is going to win these sections of the brackets. So I'm going. I think American Alpha is going to beat the Usos. It's going to be a pretty big win for them since the Usos are multiple time tag team champions. And I also feel like the Hype Bros are going to lose to Rhino and Slater because I feel like they're going to at least let Slater at least get to the finals of this tournament and then have him lose, and then they're going to be like, oh, you tried so hard, you deserve a contract, and then he's probably going to do something to mess it up. Let's be honest. But so then we'll have Rhino and Slater versus American Alpha. And as much as I'd like to see American Alpha win this, I want to see Slater Rhino win this match. Because remember Slater Gator? That was probably one of the greatest teams of all time. But I would like to see Slater and Rhino win this match. Slater's so over right now. It's so freaking funny and crazy. But Slater is so over right now, and I think it would, American Alpha isn't going to be tarnished by losing to Slater and Rhino. Rhino is a veteran, and, Slater, he's the man, bruh. He's the man. But predictions for the, I guess the quarterfinals. I guess they're technically the quarter and the semifinals. But the quarterfinals and the finals of the Backlash Tag Team Championship Tournament for SmackDown. That's the official name.
Well, personally, I would have rather seen the Ascension win over the Usos because, why would we ever give the Ascension a push? Ever. Because,
True.
And, why do we need the Usos anymore? I mean, why? Just why? But obviously, American Alpha is going to win over the Usos because they're so over right now, pushed so hard. Rhino and Slater are going to win over the Hype Bros. I really don't think the Hype Bros need to be together anymore. I think they need to be pushed singles competition now, just because I get what they were doing with with Zack Ryder, but Zack Ryder needs to be back in the IC title picture. Mojo needs to be pushed by himself. He can't tan the whole time. They need to let him kind of do his own thing.
I honestly, just to piggyback off of that, I disagree. I think that Mojo should stay with Zack Ryder because Mojo is obviously not getting a reaction when they come out. Obviously, the Hype Bros aren't the same. It wasn't as smooth of a transition as I thought that it would be. But I think too, it's a little bit of terrible booking by WWE and not just throwing them out there and being like, yeah, you know who they are. And for casual fans and people and fans who don't watch NXT, you don't. Zack Ryder's there. But who's this other
But
guy?
if you just keep them together, how is that helping them anyway? Because it's just
because you can actually play. You can actually show how they came together or something. Tell us what wrestling is about. Telling a story. Tell a story of how they came together. Tell a story of why Mojo wants to even team up with Zack Ryder.
But they won't. So what's the point?
I'm just saying, if they were smart, that's what they would do. Instead of splitting them up and then having Zack Ryder do nothing while Mojo Rawley tries to do something and probably fails at it because that's how they're going to do it.
Because he sucks. But anyway, that leaves us with
because he can't do a suicide dive. He's got to suck, guys. That's how that works.
Anyway, we got American Alpha versus Rhino and Slater. I see American Alpha winning and winning the championships. And then I see something with possibly Rhino and Slater, like, Slater does something and causes them to win, and then, Rhino turns on him or something. But I see some sort of storyline there, possibly. But yeah, new tag team champions, American Alpha.
Alrighty. Let's jump into the next match, which is the SmackDown Women's Six-Pack Challenge. That sounds really weird. Anyway, for the new SmackDown Women's Championship. I don't know. I'll be honest. I really don't know who to pick in this one. I'm leaning towards Becky Lynch, and just because Natalia's irrelevant. I like that Carmella is kind of turning on Nikki a little bit. I like that. I think it gives her something else to kind of do. She's been the same thing for so long. It feels like, at least if you've been watching NXT, she's been the same thing. So, it's kind of cool to see her go in a different route. I don't know how I feel about Alexa Bliss right now. As far as I don't know how I feel about the way they're pushing her. And Naomi, they just gave her a new entrance, and that's about it. So I don't know. A little bit of me wants to see Nikki Bella win, so then they can keep that. They can kind of keep the Carmella Nikki Bella storyline going around the title. But two, like, it started without the title being involved, so I don't know why they couldn't just keep it going outside of, like, where Carmella cost Nikki Bella the titles in some form or fashion in this match, and then Becky Lynch ends up winning. And then Becky Lynch ends up being the champion. So I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch being the champion, but I do think the Nikki Bella Carmella storyline will continue after this match. Thoughts on or prediction for the six-pack challenge?
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this match. The fan in me, the fan in me has three different picks. Obviously, Alexa Bliss. Ever since she turned heel, I've loved her character. I don't know if they've pushed her enough on the main roster. I feel like they definitely could more. And maybe a title could help push her more too. But obviously Carmella would be a good champion too. And then you could play off of the Nikki Bella storyline there too, which I feel like they need to explain that more, because we're still, I feel like we're still kind of confused as to, like, why. Like, there's no history there. There's no, storylines in the past. So why is she all of a sudden against Nikki? Like, it doesn't make sense. And then obviously I'd like to see Becky, but I feel like they always push Becky, and then at the last minute they, like, pull back and they're like, nah, not yet, Becky, maybe next time. But the seasoned WWE fan in me that knows WWE's track record and history is going to go with Nikki, because Nikki is the John Cena of the women's division, and she just made her big return, so they're probably going to give her the title, even though they should give it to somebody who hasn't had the title before, to make it. We were talking before in the other video how all these titles are all going to be the same, and it's going to be, what's the point? At least if you put it on somebody new, it's going to feel like a new era. If you just put the title on Nikki, it's going to feel like the same thing. The difference. So hopefully they put it on somebody new. I mean, any of the three that I said before, Carmella, Alexa, Becky, I think would be good.
Why not Naomi?
I mean, they could, but they never do anything with her. Never. They start to, and then they don't. Kind of like with Becky. They start to, and they don't.
Yeah.
And then there's just Natalya, who's just there. And
yeah, that's about right.
I feel Natalya is just a heel because. Like, there's no reason for it, just because.
And you know, like I said, I would love to see the Carmella, because I think that could bring Carmella to another level, allowing her to, you know, kind of feud against a veteran in Nikki Bella and not have the title be involved. That could also prove that WWE can book a feud without the title having to be involved.
Yeah, but still, I feel like they need to like build on that storyline more. Like, there's still
and that's what I'm saying. Like if they continue the feud, that allows them to continue that, you know, continue the storytelling until the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump up to the fourth match, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, this is the last match. That came up quick. We got Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I don't even know what to call this title anymore. What do they have it listed as? WWE World Championship? Because like they changed the name so many times, it's not been funny. I don't know if you've noticed this, but it feels like they changed the name of this title like every week. Sometimes it's the WWE Championship, sometimes it's the World Championship, sometimes it's the WWE World Championship, sometimes it's the you know, the almost Universal Championship at some point. Like I don't even know what to call this thing. But I know this is gonna be a really good match. I'm excited for this match. It's kind of a cool match to think about even having a WWE when you think about it. But I feel like Dean. I don't know. This one's tough because as far as momentum is concerned, to me I feel like AJ has more momentum, but I still feel like Dean's gonna win. But I'm gonna go with the fan in me who wants to like Dean Ambrose but can't. Well, I do like him as champion, but you know, wants to like Dean Ambrose but can't. And I'm gonna go with AJ Styles, the guy I've been following since his TNA days and been loving for so long. You know, I think him having a title run would be a great thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dean won. You know, I think Dean's been a fantastic champion, but I still feel like Dean's gonna win. I'm going with AJ, but I still feel like Dean's gonna win because he should have lost to Ziggler. Prediction for AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose.
He should not have lost to Ziggler. Just shouldn't. No. Nope.
Because Ziggler's doing great now.
He is. He's yeah. I feel like, and I think we've talked about this. This is kind of the big test in a way because we know. First of all, we know WCW. You know, WWE likes to bury them any chance they get, and now it's the test to see. We know, AJ is the big TNA guy. He is the huge star from TNA, even though he came from New Japan to WWE. He didn't come directly from TNA to WWE, but he was the kind of the guy that built up TNA. So it's, is this going to be a chance for WWE to kind of screw AJ out of the title and, kind of jab at TNA? Because, WWE is the big fish in the pond, and, nobody's better than them, and they're going to, always show you that they're the best. Or is AJ actually going to win and kind of, get rid of that, I guess, stigma? But either way, this is definitely going to be a really good match. Both of these guys put on awesome matches all the time. I feel like either way, I'm going to be happy, with this match. Obviously, I don't want Dean to lose because I love Dean as a champion. But I also kind of want to see AJ as a champion. Cut the title in half. They'll share it. That's how we'll do that. It'll be like the male lay cool. Yeah. It's going to be phenomenal. There we go. Yeah.
I'm definitely excited for this match, though. It's definitely interesting because AJ's on a freaking massive run, probably one of his best heel runs ever, probably his best heel run ever, if we really want to be honest. But I don't know. I'm wondering how this is gonna go. But that should be it, right? That's your Backlash predictions. There's your full match card one more time. All 5 of the matches that we got. Obviously, there should be some more coming up very, very soon. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you leave your predictions in the comment section, any kind of matches you want to see in particular, feel free to throw those up there. But other than that, I guess we'll see you guys later. What else we got? We got coming up. We got the predictions tomorrow. NFL picks for week 1. That should be pretty cool. NFL starts back, so that's pretty cool. Then we got Backlash, which I think actually kind of sucks a little bit because it's on the same week as week 1 of the NFL season. I think they goofed on that one. But, should be fun nonetheless. But that's about it. We'll see you guys later.